Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a lot of goodies on my desk. And actually, it's not today. This was weeks, like a month ago. And I shared it on my Instagram and I was like, had all this footage and I'm cleaning house. I'm trying to get some of this old footage out of there, but it's perfect for this time of year. All right, I am pulling out this Whimsy Stamps cover plate and I adore it. Now, I love stars, and what I love is all these stars punch out. So it's like you get star confetti and a slimline cover all in one. It's 8.5 by 3.5 is the size, and I just think it's perfect all year long. You could use it for any occasion, really. I just love stars. So I am distressing some paper here with prize ribbon distress ink. Now this is regular distress ink, not oxide. That way you get that vivid saturation of color, which is what I wanted. I wanted a lot of contrast today and a lot of bold color. So I spritzed some water on it and I set it to the side. I did cut out my star cover plate from that paper, and these stars are some of the cutouts. I decided to put that on my white paper and spray on top of it. Basically just wanting to kind of create my own pattern paper a little bit, if you will, to stamp these pumpkins on. I fell in love with these pumpkins. I don't like anything creepy. I don't like anything scary, but I love these pumpkins. So that stamp set is from Picket Fence Studios. It's called Triple Trouble. It is wonderful. These little bats came from that as well. I did go over and check out Not Too Shabby, and Jamie does still have it in stock. I think she has 3 left, and you can get the 10% off with N2S. So the coupon code. Okay. I'll leave it all linked below for you guys if you're interested. Like, she ships so fast, you can still definitely get it before Halloween and have plenty of time to play around with it. All right, so I stamped these cute little bats all around, and some of the stars, I just really like all the dimension and play that I got out of this card. So I brought in some of the cutouts. I colored them a different color than blue, obviously, and brought those in. I wanted to cover up those bats and just put more layers in more places. I also used this mica flakes. This was a special Halloween release from Tim Holtz, and I have the clear mica, but I really wanted these black ones, and I love them. No regrets there. And what I'm going to do is, I liked the bend in this. I liked how that center pumpkin had a curve. And so what I'm going to do is kind of emphasize that even more as I just shaped the paper. And then I'm going to put foam tape only behind the center pumpkin. And I'm going to put glue on the other two. I did stitch around this, as you can see, with my sewing machine. And I just love the texture that gave. I did some zigzag, some straight stitch. I thought it really fit these pumpkins. So to me, these pumpkins, they're just wonderful. I don't know. They make me smile. I know they're trying to be mean and give us a whole lot of mean face, but they make me smile. I mean, can pumpkins really be mean? They are definitely one of my favorite things about fall. I love having like fresh pumpkins around the doorstep, really all throughout, straight to Thanksgiving. I just keep refreshing the stock. Okay, so here I'm showing you guys how I just use my Barely Art Glue and squeeze some out on the card. Much like glitter, put the mica flakes down. Now I wanted the mica flakes to be in certain places, so I kind of took different approaches, like this one where I squeezed the glue out and I dumped on top of it, and then kind of used my pokey tool and move the mica around. And then here I'm going to outline these guys. So I was thinking these guys are so punk rock that they can just like cruise across broken glass. Like that's the idea anyways. Plus just texture, 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 and shine. And these mica flakes do shine. I just really, really like them. I'm not a huge fan of glitter, but I like mica flakes a lot. They're wonderful. And the clear ones are a permanent part of, well, I don't know how permanent, but they are part of the everyday collection of Tim Holtz. And you can get those, and we played with those on my channel before where we color them with our re-inkers from ink, like dye ink. So yeah, they're fun. So anyways, I'm putting these guys on a ton of broken glass. And that's pretty much how I finish up this card. I kind of just keep going around and adding more mica flakes. So some of it I did like this, and some of it I actually just put some glue down and used my finger tool to fill in some other spots. My kids and my hubby decorated for Halloween outside last night, and they did such a good job. I went out this morning and checked it out. It looks like they had a lot of fun, and they did really well. I was working. I couldn't play. I'm back into a very busy season, hopefully just for a few weeks, and things will calm down. It's 2021. 2021 for me personally has been like, I need a theme song of The Perfect Storm. That's what the theme song would be titled, The Perfect Storm. How would it go? It'd probably have a lot of punk rock kind of, and I'm not a punk rock person necessarily, but it would need to have some punk rock because that's what this year feels like. Let me know in the comments down below what your 2021 has felt like. I was so optimistic thinking it's got to be better than 2020, right? No, somehow it was even more challenging. But anyways, on to brighter notes. So yeah, like it's funny. Halloween is not something that we go big for necessarily. I mean, we let the kids dress up and we trick or treat and we hand out candy. Now, one thing that we do that's kind of fun is a couple of years ago, I got Dr. Shrub a movie projector screen or projector and a screen, and we set that up on the garage and we play like a Halloween movie that's very G rated and hand out like popcorn and hot cocoa. This was all before COVID. We didn't get to do that last year, but we are talking about setting up the movie screen again this year. We just won't be like the year before COVID. We would set up like benches in the driveway and people could come and sit and watch a little bit of the movie, have some snacks, and then go on. And the teenagers loved it. They're like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. Moving on. So here I am, second card. And with this one, I just want to play and have some more fun with distress products. So I'm using my prize ribbon again. And then I brought in some Distress Oxide carved pumpkin. I only have like 3 distress ink colors. All of mine are the oxides. But I'm slowly, very slowly building up a small collection of the distress inks because I really like a full-size pad. I know I could get a bunch of colors in the minis, but I don't like mini pads unless I'm traveling. It's like the only time. And then here I am spraying down some spray that came in one of my cherry boxes. Now I'm hitting all that with some water and just letting it all kind of blend. I stamped on it. See how all that came together? I just love the look of that. It's so pretty. This was on watercolor paper, but it still warped a little. No worries. I'm going to bring in black soot and go around the edges here. I should probably get black soot distress ink. I bet that would really help me because sometimes I really want to darken the edges even more. And I know, like I have black ink coming out my ears because I spent like a year, or I should say years, trying to find my favorite. Now, some of it I've passed on or thrown away, quite frankly. It was like, I'm not going to give this to someone. They're going to think they're a terrible stamper, and they're not. It's just the ink. Until I found my favorite one, but I want some distress black soot. I'm going to have to add that to my wish list. Guys, I have been doing so good the last couple of weeks. All right. These are a couple of other Halloween things I brought in. I thought these pumpkins were punk rock, so I put punk rock, which I also thought was funny because they're pumpkins, but whatever. I stitched around the card. I love this halo effect. Then I used my little alpha letters and spelled out October 31st. And then I'm going to use some brads and kind of make this like a little plaque to go on here. I totally kept that piece of paper up there at the top of my screen that says punk rock. Yeah, I'm sure I'll put that on a card at some point. So now I'm just using that pokey tool to make holes for my brads. And totally, because this is a card front and not a card base that I'm working on right now. I could have lined these two pieces up and put the brads through, but instead I was going for easy, and I just poked the holes in this piece of paper, put the brads through, and then taped them. You'll see, just taped it on there. Going for simple. I really like this alpha set. It was one of my purchases when I went Tim Holtz crazy a month or two ago when he released all of his Halloween stuff. And I just like the size. So if you guys saw my son's card, Tom Riddle's diary, we used the same alpha for that. I just really like the size and the font a lot. So with my sons, we use all the uppercase. And with this one, I decided lowercase was the way to go because it looks even more punk rock. Yeah, so it's funny. Like Halloween's not that big of a holiday for us necessarily. But card making wise, it's just fun. I don't know what it is. I never started making Halloween cards until last year, and I just think it's a whole lot of fun. You can get grungy and messy, and you can make mistakes and just be like, yeah, that's part of the aesthetic. And like, I don't know, there's just something fun about it. I love the cutesy images. This is about as creepy as I could go. I don't do creep, but I just think it's so much fun. Definitely, if you're interested in the stamp set, go check it out, because one of the things I really liked about it was some of the sentiments as well. I just thought it would be a good staple to have going forward. All right. So I've talked y'all's ears off today. Thanks for coming along for the ride. I know Halloween's not for everyone. I hear you guys, but for me, it's just about fun. And this card for me makes me really happy. I actually don't have this card anymore. I gave it away already. But I'm sure it's going to spread joy to others. And that's a great thing about having a YouTube channel, is I can go back and make another one. I can remember what I made. And these, just super, super fun. I love it. It is so punk rock. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'm going to switch it up. It's not going to be Halloween all week. I'm going to give you something else on Friday. All right. See you guys later. Bye.